true.
I'm Jim Price, the Jim Price Show Daily Update. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Wait, did I do that right? It's been a couple days, guys. I mean, I'm so out of practice. Anyway, let's, the government told me what the date was, so I don't have to be intelligent. I don't have to try. It's just the ability for my government just to tell me I love it. I mean, there's nothing else better than having them, help me with my date. Anyway, it's now May the 5th. That's right. Yesterday was May the 4th. Today is May the 5th. It's a Tuesday, 2026. Yesterday was May the 4th, so we had the Star Wars, everything was Star Wars, a lot of city council, commissioners, meetings and stuff, had little dress-up parties, and did their fun. And guys, listen, I'm all about that. No, hold on a second. I'm not mad that they were doing dress-up. That's cool, bro. I mean, it brings people together. I get it. I'm not even mad they did it at the city council. But if you can you can have some levity in that moment, which is awesome. Perfect. Please, more of it, right? We need to laugh a little more often. But can the rest of the time you guys just do your job? Like do a real job, like a job, like a job that matters what you're doing job. Not what it makes you feel like job or what someone paid you to do job that's outside of the people paying you to do your job, which is the people. Anyway, we need to have more fun. We need to do more things like that. Zero complaints on the fact that we had some of those guys out there doing that yesterday. But that is just fine. So again, no, I'm not throwing shade. I'm not like, hey man, you guys what? No, I'm just saying, we do need to do a little more fun. We need to have a little of that. And they were doing that. But today is May 5th. Now, today is not Mexican Independence Day. And I know that a lot of us are all out there with our sombreros on and doing as much. I know there's a lot of that going on right now because everybody's all about Mexican independence. But, guys, is there any holidays that we're actually doing that are right? Easter? Oh, no, that's the god Easter, and we're going to go ahead and celebrate the spring equinox that is the first moon after the equinox, and which means that Easter always moves, which means that Jesus didn't resurrect or die on the same day. He died on a floating day that kind of comes and goes whichever way the wind and the wobble of the earth goes, right? Oh, wait, Christmas. No, Christmas, well, that's Jesus' birth. No, that's in September. No, that's, the guys on the camel showed up at the manger. Wait, no, there wasn't a, manger doesn't mean, hold on. What about Valentine's Day? Oh, Valentine's, no, that's another, St. Patrick's. No, that's another one. Hold on a second here. Oh, Friday the 13th. No, that's another, we just... Is this proper English? Is this or any? Is there a holiday that's authentic? My birthday, we'll call that. We'll do that. My birthday's in 12 days. I was waving that coffee around like I was going to drink it, so I went ahead. But, this is like, guys, what Christmas do we have? 4th of July? Well, that was when they decided to celebrate the birth of America. It was back in December, January, and then you don't know history. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but what are we supposed to do? How about Columbus Day? No, can't do that either. Well, that's all jacked up. How about Father's Day? We're not allowed to do Father. No, because we don't have fathers. Those fathers are not in the home anymore. They're unnecessary for societal growth and the stability of man going forward, so screw the fathers. Mother's Day doesn't mean anything because anybody can be a woman. So, hi, I'm here for Mother's Day. My name is Jim. Jamie. How about I mean, seriously, what do we do here? Like, oh, and by the way, guys, appreciate everybody being here. Dave Salee, good to see you, man. Thank you for checking in already. Maggie O'Leary, hi, Jim. I imagine that's what your voice sounds like. I'm sure it's nothing like a male trying to make a girl's voice like I just did. But anyway, appreciate that. Maggie, thank you for being here. What's that? Can we stop saving daylight, too, says Dave Salee. Dave, well, we can't save daylight? Like, what? The government is here to help you, brother. I mean, they would not go out of their way. Like, they will kill you to prove a point. Now, so Dave, I don't know what your problem is with daylight savings time. And there's no, I mean, it brings a fullness to life, the struggle, right? The sad part of it is the absolute manufactured idea of daylight savings time keeps us at such a dysregulation with our environment and our circadian clock and how the body actually works. We actually double heart attacks the day after we save daylight or bring it back or whatever. They know that. They know it manipulates the body. They know it manipulates the psyche. They know they can keep you dysregulated. That's what it's there for. It has nothing to do with World War II and baby Jesus or whatever and Lincoln and George Washington. Stop all that. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with controlling you. Well, anyway, so let's go back to the calendar of things, right? So Julie Sharping, good to see you. Thank you for being here. So okay, let's get back. I got to get to the news of the day. We're stuck on holidays. What is New Year's? That's bull because we know New Year's is April 1. See, what do we got? See, there's St. Patrick's, Valentine's Day, Memorial Day. Well, no, because that was just us remembering that our government sent men to slaughter for their own benefit, not for the American citizens, not for the Germans or any of that hoopy bibby doopy, right? So Memorial Day is very, 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 very sacred to me. By the way, I don't. Oh, but what about Labor Day? How's that working out? Labor Day. You get Labor Day off. We're going to give you a Monday off at the beginning of the week so it screws the whole rest of your week up. And you still got to make up that time anyway because you don't get paid for Labor Day. But see, I thought we were doing Labor Day. I thought we started school after Labor Day. Am I got the bad stuff in my coffee? No, it's just black coffee. There's nothing else in here. Right, government? You told me there's nothing else going to be in here, government. What day do we have that's a real holiday? Ramadan? That's made up bullshit too. That's not even a real thing. I mean, that's so freaking far from a real thing. How about that Christmas holiday that now at Kwanzaa? Some guy went out and did a community event, wrote it all down, and then somebody called it a religion, and now people think that their African heritage celebrates Kwanzaa. Anyway, that's not even a real holiday. And that's only like 10 or 20 years old. Kwanzaa is not like, we've been doing that for a century, Jimmy. You're wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, no, it's not. It's like a real new thing. It's not that cool. Really. How about Martin Luther King? He was a real. We got one of his. He's got a holiday. No, CIA. How about Flag Day? Well, it depends on if we're using the maritime law golden fringe flag or we're going to use the standard. What? Which one do we use? I mean, well, yeah. But then, see, remember, the flag is oppression. We're colonists, so we can't be legal on stolen land or something. Hey, why do I got to leave if you don't have to leave? And if it's not stolen land, if it is stolen land and you don't have to leave because it's stolen land, then why do I have to leave because it's stolen land? See, math, that's a whole thing there. Julie says the only real holiday is July 4th. Well, no, Julie, there are people out there that will tell you that actually July 1st or July 2nd, when they voted on the whole we're a country thing, that was actually done like 2 or 3 days prior to that, and they're saying that is actually the birth of our Americas. societies. See, this again, Julie, this is where we get... Maggie O'Leary says it's conquered land. Well, Maggie, if all of the Native Americans are actually West or Eastern Asian people, when the water table used to be at the continental shelf prior to the Younger Dryas era, when they came over here on that great big expanse of land that's bigger than America, are they really here first? Or did they discover it too as also same time? I'm asking. I don't know. But see, this is a problem. Like, so anyway, Cinco de Mayo is not a Mexican Freedom Day. It's not. It's not even anything like that. So enjoy your tacos. I will tonight. I will go down to Felipe Jr.'s, a family restaurant right down the street here. Mile and a half from the house. I've been going there for probably 30 years. Didn't even think about it that long. Great family. Marabella is the daughter of the owner, and she's kind of taken over when mom and dad, they give in a little bit. But I'm gonna go and enjoy it. No, tonight I don't know. They've got some good stuff, but I'm gonna enjoy simple iced tea with easy ice. And I will probably, I'll probably get the carne asada. They do a really great orange sauce that they fry the pork in, and then it's served with beans and rice, kind of like bananas and rice. That's Somalia. I know it sounds very similar. Somalian, like bananas and rice. Well, this is beans and rice. And then, so that'll be my evening. I'll probably go by there about 7 o'clock down here at Harry and Webb and enjoy not Mexican Independence Day, but, what do I know? Again, not my heritage, but again, this is where can we not talk about, I get it's fun. That whole thing. Get the sombrero, do the tequila. By the way, if you're going to drink alcohol, tequila is probably one of the only alcohols that you can drink that don't bring bring negative energy into the body and actually bring the immune system down. I know that is not encouraging words as it should be, but it's encouraging words than other things. So anyway, there is a thing about tequila and what it is made of and how it's made it's whiskey no matter what, but because of the agave factors in there is a bit of a non-bad vibe to tequila. Even though tequila creates a lot of bad vibes, it don't do that to the body. So anyway, but yeah, alcohol does bring the frequency of the body down in a negative way. All right, oh my gosh, you guys are killing here. Julie's what? Okay. Well, then a whole week off. Well, there you go, Julie. It's our yearly week celebration of independence. So, here we could do this. We could do like in the very beginning, we could go out and do Revolutionary War stuff, like the War of Independence, and we'll have the British run around and we'll shoot them with paintball guns and stuff. It'll be great. We'll invite them over. It's like, hey, guys, want to come play Revolution War, like Independence War? Can we do that with you? All right, I don't know. Shut up, I'm over here. And they're like, oh, they're giving me all their accent. I don't want to hear it. Just shoot them while they're talking. And so we could do 2 or 3 days of, war stuff. And then July 4th, which is what we say, it's ours, July 4th. And then the next 3 days, which is, be Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, then that is that's where the NASCAR races, the fireworks, this is where, this is when the Super Bowl is held. This is when, again, guys, I don't know why sports hasn't figured some of that out. I don't know what sport thing needs to end around July 4th, but my gosh, why wouldn't you? Seriously. I don't know what baseball's got to do for getting the All-Star game around 4th of July, or something. I don't know. Why won't work that? Anyway, okay, so Maggie O'Leary says, oops, I lost the audio. Well, don't lose the audio. I don't know. It seemed obvious to me, Maggie. Just don't lose the audio. You don't have to go finding it. Anyway, and I'm not collecting I am getting most of my comments today, so if I am missing something, we will I'll come back and randomly say something and take it out of context. So, oh, Kathleen Buck, what are you doing here? You haven't been here in a long, long while. We do take attendance here in the Jim Price Show. That is half of your grade. Participation and attendance is 50%. The other 50% is made up and has no value. And it does go on your permanent record here. So please make sure and you check in as often as possible and share this out. All right, what we got here? Now you're thinking. Oh, I know. Hey, and thinking's what we do. I guess there is some hubbub about Fauci. Now, what I am concerned about is the statute of limitations for Fauci actually has ran out on certain crimes. Now, I know that sounds like Jim's just making it up and letting him off the hook because Fauci's your boy. You guys hang out on the weekends and go fishing. I'm like, yeah, me and Fauci do a lot, but not fishing. No, I have no idea who this guy is. And in fact, if he walked past me in a crowded room, honestly, I don't know if I would like, my mind would cue to see like, oh, hey, that's Fauci. We don't run in those same circles. I don't know if the guy even runs at all. He may kind of shuffle or just use that little foot of his, that slimy little slug foot of his, and we'll see how that goes. Anyway, he's looks like he's gotten some trouble, but there's a bigger problem for him. Vincent Munster, he has actually been investigated into moving pathogenics around the world, and not like, ooh, it's a super secret container that won't explode on impact or can't be blown apart by nuclear blast. No, I think he had like in his suitcase or like his check-in or his coat pocket, something like that. The guys, listen, a lot of these people who carry these things around, and these things cause harm, they are pretty loose and wild about them. And I don't like this. The more I keep hearing about scientists walking around, you're like, look, he's got a gun on his hip. He could shoot somebody. Hey, he's got a disease in his pocket that we don't know what it is, and it will kill everybody. These things are at the same time. They live in the same world. And I'm like, why is it that it's like, oh, it's easy for me to go, whoa, but then this scientist over here is being revered and given $1 million because he's great, but he's carrying around things in his pocket like it's loose change. Oh, I don't know if I got a quarter. Hold on. Wait, let's see. What's this? Oh, Ebola? Hold on. No, wait. Let me see if I got a quarter here. Hold on. Did you need a quarter or a nickel? What'd you say? You need a quarter? Okay, hold on. That's it. Oh, what is that? Oh, Ebola. Another Ebola. Hold on a second. But what is this? Dengue fever? We haven't had that in a minute. Let me see. Yeah, it's still fresh. It's still good. Yeah. You want to try to keep them refrigerated because they get out of hand if they're like at 98 degrees, like sitting in your pocket. So anyway, you needed that quarter, right? Why is it that I see this as like, okay, like these scientists roaming around? We got the Chinaman, Chinese guys. I say, I don't know are we allowed to call them Chinaman? Chinese guy? Anyway, what about the one in San Francisco that was walking around with what did he have? He had like 3 or 4 different things. Smallpox was one of them, which again, smallpox is just herpes. So let's not get all whipped up on too much of this. But there's some of the other stuff that they've been tinkering with. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like what they're tinkering with, and I don't like the fact they're carrying it around. But anyway, this is a thing that's coming out, so we'll see how it goes. It's just, anyway. I guess there are things that I have done in construction, and there's things I've done in my stuff with the military and all the different contracting there, and all these things. There's things I've done. I'm sure that there's things that I'm like picking up my phone and opening this leather, the folio on it, and I'm flipping up, putting my password on, which seems very basic, like we've all done that. But I'm sure there are things that I have done in my job and with equipment or thoughts or things I've done or safety whatevers that people are like, oh my, you've done what? I'm like, yeah, that's normal. Like, what do you mean done what? Like, why are you whatting it? Like, it's already done. Like, we did it because that's what we always do. But I wonder if that maybe in the science world, I thought they were the gloves and the face masky and the air the whole that. We're not doing that anymore. We're just carrying Ebola in your pocket. I don't know. It seems a little loose and wild for my taste. Anyway, so we're not going to worry about 6 or 7 years ago. No, we're not. Don't worry about that. We are gonna talk about carrying things in your pocket. What do you have in your pocket, sir? It's like when you have your kids. Like, all right, what's in your pocket? What is in your pocket? Take whatever's in your pocket. Give it to me. Give it to me. Fauci, what do you got? Do you got bad vials in your pocket again? Come on. I know you forgot they were in your pocket when you left the office. I know it's a mistake. Come on, give them to. This is what we're doing. Anyway. All right, D.C. police officials, they're now facing a problem because they were falsifying documentation about the crime rates, and if they're falsifying the documentation, then that affects funding. When you affect funding, that's now called fraud. And so when you do fraud, that's easier than the crime of changing statistical numbers and demographics of people so they're not brown, they're white. Anyway, this has been happening, so we'll see how it all peels apart and see what happens. Now, guys, in this age of cell phones and in this age of cars that make you feel like you can drive 100 million bazillion light years an hour, I don't think we've all remembered how much material a car is. A car's 2,000, nope, 4,000, well, 6,000, 8,000 pounds, 80,000 pounds of semi rolling down the road with a guy who don't speak English going, bing, 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 bing. That's not cool, but what I'm pointing out here is we've got technology down to the point where cars keep themselves in the lane. They've got little monitors. They know if you're getting tired and sleepy, if your eyes are too droopy. It knows you haven't moved in the seat. We got stuff for backup cameras, the left or the right. We got all this stuff, right? Now, this makes us feel like we can do a lot of things. And like a lot of this in this car makes me very safe. And I can just drive wildly, right? When something angers me, I can use this 4,000 pound, 6,000 pound, 3-ton truck to just bump into somebody. Now, I don't know if you guys know how much a ton looks like, but it's not, it's a lot. And if you think of a ton of concrete and you're thinking about 3 of those tons of concrete going ba-goop against you. Now, I'm not talking about the biker thing the other day because I do believe the biker was absolutely wrong in that. I think they both were in the wrong, and I think the biker tried to prove a point that he could be a victim. And I'm going to tell you right now, was the biker in wrong? Yes. Was the car in wrong? Yes. Do you both go away? Yes. That's my opinion because that thing, and you have all probably seen the viral video of the guy leaning against the car and all that. Anyway, you both, I know the biker's got it right. I know the car's got it right. But here's the problem. The bikers are being a little bit extra, and the car was being a little bit extra, and so extra gets extra, so... No. Anyway, this is another issue here that I'm watching. It's a stunning video captured the moments of a crazed woman in Washington State apparently trying to run over a little boy on the sidewalk while he was riding his bicycle, and her explanation afterwards makes no sense. Now, why I'm going to give this to you, and this goes back to a little bit of how we really... Oh, Rhonda's here. They let the limitations run out, and I'm just joining MTG. I know, Rhonda. Is it Rhonda or Rhonda? Rhonda. Is it Rhonda? Anyway, Rhonda. I always, and again, it probably isn't even close to being Rhonda, but I just made that up because a lot of times people say their name. I mean, I get different names than Jim, and I have been named other things than Price, and I don't understand how we get that 5-letter word so jacked up, and it's used in your everyday language. Anyway, let's see. What's this? The car could have stayed on the oncoming lane. No cars were coming. Yeah, Maggie, I agree. I agree with you. But everybody's a tough guy, right? But so let's go back to this thing of the car thing. And so the reason I'm talking about this is that sometimes I have friends of mine who will tell me that they can, like, oh, how dare you not understand this, Jim? Don't you understand that you can see this? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then when I have to realize is that the people that are telling me that I am so big, I am human, I am man, I stand on the earth and I purvey all that the Lord has given me, and I am king of all these things, and I can see all and be all, and if I just stand on my tippy toes just a little bit and curl my eyelid back a little, I can just see forever. Guys, do you know how small we are? Do you know how nothing you are on this earth? Now, yes, there are, and we'll go to use the as so above is so below, is, as far as this way you go, there's still bigger and bigger this way, and as far as down you go or smaller you go, there's always something smaller and smaller. And if you go into yourself, there's always something smaller and smaller and smaller inside of you, and outside of you is something bigger and bigger and bigger out of you. But what I want to point out here is that as human beings, we really do believe that we we're standing on the North Pole and we can see the equator. If we ran fast enough, we could change the spin of the earth. If we happen to sneeze the wrong direction, we're causing hurricanes. Because we are so big. We are just so big. And this is the problem when people don't realize and don't think about it. Even the person, was that guy on the bicycle leaning on the van, the other guy that didn't get all the way over, and they're both having this moment, right? Well, the guy on the bike thought he was bigger and had better rights, and my laws mean more than your laws. And the guy in the van forgot that he was in a 6,000-pound vehicle and all this other stuff. But the problem is then what I was going to is in this article is when you hear people and when they give you the validation for what they do, people believe that they're pretty I could be president. Yeah, I could be president. There's an election in a couple years. I could be president. Well, yeah, I probably could. Yes, there is a timeline. There is an infinite timeline out there somewhere. There, Jim Price he's president, bazillion times. But I don't think we realize how much that we deal with an ego and how ego has actually really been the greatest part of destroying our society. And I will tell you, the sad part of it is when a woman works in ego, it's really it's like women are so amazing and they're so great at what they do. But then when the bravado stuff comes out and they're put in a stressful situation, it doesn't always end well. And I just worry that we all believe we're so big. We think we can see the curve of the earth if we stood on our toes. We believe we can change the direction of the wind because we sneeze. We think that we can now control everybody on earth because I believe I am that great. And I don't know where we got the audacity to believe that. Have we not all slept outside where the bugs will eat you? Have you ever jumped in the ocean? I mean, have you ever, jumped off the high dive at a pool? You realize your humanity real fast. But I just wonder if we all forget what it means to be small. And that we ought to really be thinking about there's our things out there all trying to get us, and we ought to be better to each other. But anyway, this goes down this lane. So let me see if I can go ahead. When police arrived, they found a driver, 56-year-old Wendy Clement, and the car. They placed her under arrest for allegedly trying to run down a child with her vehicle while under the influence. She also attempted to kick a patrol deputy. Well, which, that happens, right? So she goes on. Clement later offered an incredible, crazy excuse for her actions. She claimed that she, this is what she claimed, took her dog for a ride and was looking for the other dogs to socialize with at the time of the incident, at the same time of this chasing the boy down. Now, Clements also bizarrely claimed that she had no idea about the kid on the bike or her chasing after him. She did admit to drinking alcohol after the incident, however. So she admitted to being drunk or intoxicated or whatever it is. But here's the thing, what SSRIs, what cholesterol medication, what blood thinner, there's so many medications that people can be on right now that if you just put a little bit of alcohol with it, you'll hear crazy stuff like this. Guys, there are parts of us when we think about, I need a pill for this, or I need to do this for that, or I have a problem this or that. Guys, we got to do better for each other, because we're putting medications into people. We're putting people in situations, and they feel omnipotent, or not. Yeah, omnipotent. That's the all-knowing, right? They feel like they're not gonna. There's nothing gonna touch them. They're in their little airbag car, and they forget that there's a whole other world that exists outside of them. But when we have people who really, where's the conscience? Where's the morality of like, hey, I may almost, oh my gosh, I did what? Like, where's that? But that's not even in the moment. So is it the alcohol? Is it the SSRIs? Is it the cholesterol medication? Is it the blood thinner? Is it yeah. Hey, Dave Glovin, good to see you, man. Thank you for being here. Good to see you, buddy. So I'm just asking these questions. Where was that? I guess I needed to look it up. Oh, you're talking about the car bike thing? It was the beginning of last week. Anyway, so somebody got arrested. The world was made right. Arresting people makes everything better. And not arresting people, I don't know. It's like, we've got to get better. I don't know. I that's where I keep going back to. I wish we just daylight or sunset all laws. And then we would really be working on laws that matter. Because we would see that things need to matter, right? We'd see that, death penalty's not on there. We're not doing murder anymore this year? Oh, crap. So, yeah. Now, I went on and on about the holiday things in the beginning of this stuff, but I do wish that we could be more honest. And the sad part of it is so many of us are tied into our calendars through what we call religion, or our identity, or our creator, our savior, or whatever. That for me to say, well, Jesus wasn't born in December 25th. He was born in September. Jimmy, you're a bad guy. You can't do that. That's my God. It's my Jesus. Don't touch him. It's like, well, how about April 1st being the original New Year's? Well, that doesn't make sense at all. It's always been in the dead of winter, at the winter solstice, at the new moon and the new sun and the... Anyway. Barack Obama, now, Uncle Barry, I don't know why this comes around, but I'm sure it's going to be entertaining. I'm going to read this uncited. So here we go. There's been, by the way, I guess Uncle Barry's housekeeper died over the weekend. So we had a year ago, maybe 16 months ago or whatever, we had his cook, his 6-foot-tall cook, drowned in 6 foot of water. And that's how we do it here. That's how we roll. And then this weekend. So let's go on to the article here. This is completely not a part of that, but yes, I guess there was an incident where the housekeeper died and they were both home. There's trouble in the Obama household. The former divider-in-chief, this says the article here, the former president told the far-left New Yorker, Michelle, has begged him to step out of spotlight while they get their golden years together. Step out of the spotlight so they can live their gold. Okay. All right. So cool. Obama claims that Trump's return to the White House demands that he stay on the front lines and fight. Oh, God. What do I say here? No, we don't. We're good, buddy. We're solid, partner. I tell you what, you gave it a good 12 years, and let's just call it a day, partner. So why don't you guys go work on your golden. You're not that much older than I am. What are you talking about, golden years? Jerk. What do you mean golden years? Anyway, so but it's Trump's fault. And guys, listen, we don't take personal responsibility for our actions around here. So as long as I can blame everything else on everybody else, then by God, I win. What is that? Why is that okay? I don't understand that. It does create genuine tension in our house, and it frustrates her. I'm more forgiving of it. I understand why people feel that way. No other ex-president has the main surrogate. No other ex-president was the main surrogate for a party for 4 election cycles other. Wait. So he's saying no other ex-president was the main surrogate for the party for 4 election cycles after they left House, he said. Are we asking him to do 4 election cycles? Maybe I'm confused here. Were we asking him to do that? But what election cycle? I mean, he comes out, does a little glad hand, does a little, and that's it? Was this the election? Is this what he's talking? Okay. All right. I don't know. You guys got to tell me. Julie, what she says, Michelle Obama is seeing the writing on the wall. Uh-oh. Ooh. Obama, though, still appreciates the concern that these critics have. Okay, his word says, the fact that people want me to be doing more is a good sign, he claimed. Obviously not everybody, and not the people that you should be listening to. I think the people that you share your laundry and your wash machine with, that's probably the people, right? I don't know. There might be some stuff there. Cory Booker. Staffer Democrat Senator Cory Booker, who brought a gun into the Capitol building without a license. Oh, my gosh. Why are they being, like, what are we? You know what? It's just got to stop. You know, if I get ran up the flagpole for running for office and they do that stuff to me, but this guy's in office and he's getting away with things that are like, oh, come on. There's people that were going to spend 20 years of their life in jail, and they didn't bring a gun into the Capitol building, but this guy can. Anyway. All right, cool. You do the math, buddy. You work it out for me, Booker. You do you, bud. You do you, boo. I did watch today with Marco Rubio doing the press conference for Catherine, who is doing her baby stuff right now, and he was pretty good. I will tell you, I do appreciate him. What I heard from him today, he's far better at keeping it on point and staying and word cadence and stuff like that. So I do appreciate it. There were some things where he showed his humanity a little bit. He showed he was human. And I do appreciate it. Now, I will tell you this, guys. Listen, we are energy exporters right now, right? There was 155 or 150 oil tankers that were heading our way last week at $3 billion a tanker, depending on the load size, give or take. There's a few dollars coming out of America. There's dollars coming. I'm sorry. There's trillions of dollars coming in with 150 oil tankers coming to the port of Houston and ports of Louisiana that will be turning around, but those are leaving trillions of dollars behind. Now, I don't know of any bombs or any sorties or any explosions really in Iran that we are doing. America, listen. Now, there may be other Qatar, Israel, Sudan, some of the other rogue countries are out there just doing weird shit to Iran. I don't know why they're even shooting at them. That's the part I don't understand. Some of these countries are like, they're just shooting at Iran like it's something to do on the weekend. But anyway, that's barely even in the mail. That's not, nobody's talking about it. But we're not doing anything. Now, they've sent their rubber boats out. The guys on the sideline, I don't want to blow this boat up anymore. I don't want to go to sea. And then they run out, and they go out there against even these tankers. I don't even understand how a tanker could be terrified of anything. Oh, we got a rubber boat. We're going to, and like, you got a rubber boat. This tanker can take it, buddy. I mean, I don't know what you're going to do. Anyway, I'm sure they could do small arms fire and some rocket grenade stuff. But anyway, they sent the rubber boats out. We shot at them. And everybody's still talking about how the tensions are high in the Port of Hormuz, the Strait of Hormuz, and the Kurgan Islands, and the Gogamaya. They're all reaching their capacity. The world's going to end. We're all going to die. Yes, we are paying 38 or 40% more for our fuel right now. You are absolutely correct, and I'm not happy about it. But I also know that we're still paying significantly less than we were 2 years or 3 years or, you do the math, 4 years ago. So, do I want to be doing this? No. But do I want to be doing this to watch the EU have to take a knee? Have to actually start acting like they're going to... Oh, by the way, Starmer out of England today is like, we're going to do some English things and we're not going to worry about America. America's going to take their bases out of here and we're going to have fun. It's going to be great without America. Yeah! Well, America's going to leave all those bases empty and they're going to quit spending billions of dollars and having babies and fighter jets here. We're going to be great without you. Screw you, America. Hey, wasn't this the same guy who sent his king over here to kiss our ass all last week so that we would like him more and then we wouldn't leave them behind in this whole Strait of Hormuz mess that really doesn't bother us? We can leave, Starmer. We can leave. We can take our ball. We can take the court, the street lights, most of the earth under your feet, and go home. And then you, England, can spend the next 3 months getting your boats in position to figure out how you're going to get that thing open. And while you're doing it, not have the money or the economy to support the boats that you're sending there for the next 3 months, you dummies. So sure, Starmer, tell us how you don't need America. Tell us how you don't need America. Ping! Come on, buddy, stop it already. I mean, you sent your boy over here with that lady that he married. Oh my gosh, can we not do better? Guys, marry up. I mean, what? You got to remarry and you didn't even try to do better than Princess Diana? You went to that? I don't know what she does. I mean, I don't know. What is it? What is it about her? I don't understand that. You cheated on Princess Di with that and then married it? I know they were high school sweethearts and there was some long-lost love thing there and all that other good stuff, and who cares? But God dang, dude, leave it on the side or something. I don't know. Anyway, you're King of England. Didn't work. So Starmer's like, oh, hey, we're going to do it without you, America. We don't need you. Our king was wrong. All right. All right. England, you do that. You do you, boo. And cool. If I remember right, wasn't the EAU or something, or UD-Dooby-Goos, or some one of those countries over there just left OPEC? Huh. Yeah, that Cool Kids Club ain't working like it used to in the 70s. Because, see, here's the problem with everything. The math changes when we are energy exporters, which we achieved that 7 years ago, 6 years ago. Somewhere in that range. We were energy exporters 7 years ago. So in this moment is why we're only paying that slight increase. They don't have jet fuels in certain parts of Northern Europe. They have started canceling flights for it because they're waiting on our fuel, our oil, to get to them. By the way, guys, not all oil is the same. Russian oil is what's best for asphalt. It's crap. We have sweet crude oil. Light, sweet crude oil. Well, not only do we have the sweet, not only we got the light, but we got the sweet light, sweet. We got the good stuff, right? We got the booger sugar of oil over here. It's the stuff everybody wants. And then, aren't we kind of in control of Venezuela? And aren't we kind of doing that whole Cuba thing right now? And aren't we kind of in control of the Strait of Hormuz right now? Doesn't that mean we're kind of... I think we're doing big boy stuff. I really like it. I do. I think it's good stuff. Okay, kill it. Okay, here's an article talking about Fauci. I thought it was last week that his statute of limitations ran out, but it says here that it is 1 week left. So sometime next week, looks like we will be doing, we'll be hearing about that. But Rand Paul, I wish people would really give him a little more credit for what he's trying to do and what he's trying to say. I think too many times it's when they're making fun of him, he's in the right spot. So I don't know. All right. Where are we at here? That's nice. And okay. So I'm not going to run this clip, but there is a clip out there of Carolyn Bass, Karen, sorry, not Carolyn, Karen Bass. That's the L.A. lady that happened to be in China when L.A. was burning down, and then said, "I'll see you when I get back." High five or something. Was like gave prayer hands and a cool you or something. I don't know. Anyway, obviously, wrong place, wrong time. Not always your fault. But she retorted back to the guy who's running for mayor, who has a stream. I'm a total brain fart right now. Not a golf stream. What's the other one? What's the camper thing? The stream. Anyway, he's got his silver camper up there, the one from the 50s and 60s everybody loved, but they're still making them today. I don't know why I can't think of it. Anyway, so he's got that up on blocks on his property, waiting for his permitting and all the environmental stuff so that he could go ahead and build back the house he lost, 2 years ago. And she came back and goes, how dare he use the LA fires as sympathy? I'm paraphrasing. In other words, he's not a victim. He's using that as political fodder. He filmed the commercial for his campaign that she played on his property with his Airstream. That's what it was, Airstream. I don't even know if did you guys get it up there? Oh, you guys did. God dang it, I could have looked at it earlier. Anyway, the Airstream. And she's looking at a video of him saying this in his commercial on his property where everything's gone, except for some foundation blocking and this and that, which I don't know why they use so much cinder block over there. That's my thing. Anyway. And she says that this guy is like doing trauma bonding, but he's not a victim. Like, it's like, how dare you? She does a how shame on you, how dare you moment with the guy. I don't know if because of the world that, the way that everything I got thrown into what I got thrown into with my stuff. I don't know if it's just because this is my, 8th year doing this. I don't know if it's the thousands of episodes, but I look at things completely different now. And because I call it situational awareness, because everything that you learn about, if you knew about nuclear subs and you get into a nuclear sub, you're going to be way ahead of me on where the bathroom's at, just because you have familiarity of it, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they filmed it in part. Oh, yeah. They filmed it in part of one of the other person's houses, and they said, "Why are you doxing me?" And it wasn't doxing. It was because the address is public known. But they were saying, he's like, "No, look at your house and look what I'm in." And then you're comparing. Yeah, there was a whole thing. That was so bad. That was really like they should have done better with their response, or just not respond at all. But the situational awareness that I have when I see an article, when I see something on the news, when I hear somebody come to me like, "Hey, Jim, did you hear about the purple blue nirpadoobadoo's?" And I'm like, it's not. It was green. They're trying to throw you off. This is not what it is. But these people aren't situationally aware of like themselves, like just in the like this whole 3 feet around you space. You're. And I'm watching these people, and I don't know, how do you get to that must be a pleasure that you go to bed at night, not even knowing that you're just dense. Like, you're not getting it. You don't even get what you're saying, much less what other people are saying. I don't know. This is this Karen Bass and this other stuff is like this. I hear Hakeem Jeffries, and then I got Mitch McConnell telling me we gotta get Iran, we gotta get foot traffic in Iran, we gotta go get bodies on the ground, we gotta start putting the military and I'm like, Lindsay, we don't do that anymore. That was so cool back when we had Bush, when we all thought that that's how you fix things, and then we found out you guys were lying to us and stealing our money and just killing our boys. That's not cool, right? So we're not going to go with your math. But then we got other people over here like, oh no, we gotta stop the war in Iran. I'm like, well, tell me where the bombs are being dropped, and I'll tell you we'll stop them. We're not. But people like this are out there making decisions as if they got good information, and they don't even have good information just at all. They're not picking up the general stuff. And that's what scares me, is a lot of these people are out there making decisions and doing things that we are all going to get to pay for in an innocence when we should not have to. All right, guys. Well, I'm getting close to the time to wrap it up here. I do have to keep a radio schedule because of this goes back out later on radio and TV. So it gets chopped up, and that's why we got to keep it limited to our 52 minutes. All right, guys, listen, I've been gone this last weekend, had a really great time in Sedona at the event, saw Billy Carson and others, people in that realm of things, and really got to meet a lot of great people, enjoyed the time there, was with Larry and Tony, enjoyed their company as well. Rick and Megan out in Arizona, got to hang out with Justin, a friend of mine, and also this weekend, I don't know if you guys, you guys have heard me talk about this, but it looks like I have been introduced to the man that I would say would be my father. And so today's that day that you guys get to know about it. So I don't know about it. We don't have, as far as I know, the math works, everything works, and the stories make a lot more sense coming from him than any part of my family. So that works even more than he realizes. There's a lot of stuff in life that, hopefully guys would put enough work into it, enough time, that we'll just get those pictures back from a suitcase in Tucson next to a trash can when you asked for those childhood pictures back and you just wanted, that's the only thing you wanted from your mother. And even after her death, months later, some man in Tucson calls you and says, hey, are you Jimmy Price? Here's some photos of you. All right, guys, remember the things we do. We do them because we want to do them on purpose. We don't live life through the code of everything, and I forgot to turn that off again today. Golly, I got to get better at that. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. So remember the 10% we do for our neighbor, community, city, county, state, the federal government. The more you do for them, the less they do for you. Learn how to be selfless and not so damn selfish. There will be a far, far better place. Remember, hold the line, hold fast. Do not give up. Do not give in. We'll win. I promise. I promise I can't keep. Guys, you've always been the answer out there. Remember that Constitution? Well, that limits the government, but never limits you. You've always been the answer, so understand the authority that you give to people, well, that's on you. This is not how this republic is ran. The republic is ran through the people, and they are your public servants. Treat them as such, and the world will be a better place for you. All right, guys, been great to see you guys, everybody out there. Great comments. Good stuff out there. Dave Salee, we had Maggie, Rhonda, Julie, who else was out there? Kathleen, we had also Brendan, everybody else. Thank you guys so much for everything you guys are doing out there. And George, if you're out there, good to see you, buddy. I'm Jim Price, Jim Price Show Daily Update. You guys all be good to each other out there, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.